How to fail.
How to fail.
Finally! Something I can succeed at. I even came up with a slogan for it. Failure. What we lack in quality, we make up for in great number.
Rafi's tips for artists because he loves you.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome to the studio. I've missed you guys. It's been quite some time because, I've been working on the marketing book. I'm happy to say that the marketing book is pretty much done, and I'm now working on the money book and the workbook because instead of one book, I'm releasing 3. So yeah, nice job, Rafi. Today I wanted to talk about some of the questions that I've been getting. I've been getting a lot of questions from artists who are maybe not feeling motivated. So I wanted to actually make it very clear exactly what it takes to fail as an artist. This is a process that is actually quite easy. As long as you follow these particular 10 steps, you will fail as an artist.
Every day if you can. I understand not everyone can do this.
Yeah,
every day,
if you're going to fail, you might as well own the steps. Step number 1 is to not believe in yourself. Call yourself a totally uncreative loser. Basically, point at every single piece that you create and just look at it and say, that is a giant turd. Don't finish it because it just sucks already. Don't go through that curve where, it goes through that point where you're like, oh man, this sucks. And then that you always come out the other side. And it's easy. Just give up, quit at that moment where you're creating something and then call yourself a loser.
Wake up in the morning and just immediately think about all the things that went wrong the previous day while you have your coffee. I like to have an arsenal of names to call myself on file.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you want to make sure that it happens first thing when you look in the mirror. That's when the arsenal really comes in. You look in the mirror and then you're like, you're kind of a loser. And you're like, really? Just kind of?
And your skin is bad, right? Yeah. If you don't get started first thing in the morning, you might not do it at all. So
Yeah, you want to make sure you get it started as soon as you get up. Number 2 is focus on the things that you regret. So basically, any lost opportunity, any time where maybe you should have done something, or you could have done something, or maybe this opportunity came up, or you were supposed to get back to somebody. Any of those missed opportunities, just sit there and tell yourself how much you're not achieving what you want to achieve because of those things that you regret. Ruminate on regrets and make sure that you're blaming other people as well as you regret, like, oh man, I wish I would have done a different just all that stuff. Make sure that you do that, because if you're blaming and you're ruminating and regret, that will definitely help you to not succeed.
Now, I'm naturally really good at ruminating, so I kind of have this in the bag. It might take practice for you, but it's really easy. I mean, it's just like any mantra, right? You just repeat the negative things over and over in your head, and if you get stuck, just put on a depressing song and play that on repeat, and then maybe see if any more ideas generate as far as things you can ruminate on about how much you suck.
Yeah, especially if you put on a song that you regret putting on.
Or a song that reminds you of stuff that you regret.
Yeah.
Or a song that you regret putting on that reminds you of stuff that you regret.
Yeah, because that'll kill your creativity in the studio.
For sure.
Number 3, give in to fear. Make sure that you give into your fears, right? When you want to do an art career, you're going to have to face some fears and jump out of some comfort zones. Make sure that you don't do that. As long as you don't do that, as long as you don't push past your fear or past any comfort zones, you'll be fine. You'll make sure to stay in the same situation that you're in without any kind of growth, without actually being brave or pushing yourself outside of what you think is possible for you. You'll be living within what you already know is possible. And don't look deeper. Don't try to figure out, well, why am I afraid? Could I change my perspective on this? Don't do any of that internal work, because if you do that internal work, then chances are you might change your perspective and not be afraid anymore. And you don't want that. You want to make sure that you are afraid, so afraid.
It's a really good idea here to self-isolate. So remove any distractions that might pull you out of that state. your phone or your computer
or friends or laughter,
outside.
happiness.
It's really, if you just keep self-isolating, then you don't have to worry about pattern interrupts and anything like that.
Yeah. Number 4, believe all of your own excuses. Make sure that anything that you come up with that is justifying why it is that you're not trying this new thing or trying to go for it or whatever it is, make sure that you buy into it completely. Always buy into your excuses for not doing something. And if someone else comes up and they start saying like, no, you know what, you can do this thing, make sure that you defend your excuses. Make sure that you like fight to the death to make the other person understand why it is that you can't do this thing.
I mean, why would you argue with your excuses? You've spent a lifetime cultivating them. They're obviously really solid. So I think, that one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Why would you go back on it now? Just dig your heels in and just argue the same point over and over until, like, if someone's trying to talk you out of your excuses, you can wear them down pretty easily if you just keep repeating yourself.
Number 5 is to play it safe. You want to play it safe. I mean, you don't want to go out there and take risks or anything like that. You want to play it safe. If you take risks, what'll end up happening is that you might show yourself that you're capable of doing things that you were afraid of doing. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to take risks. You don't want to take chances. You don't want to push outside of your comfort zone. You don't want to do things that you've never done before, because that will all lead to like growth and evolution and all those things. And we don't want that. We don't want that, because all of that comes with making you better at life.
Who in their right mind would take risks?
Right?
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't want to take risks, because if you take risks, then things like... Number 6, make sure that you get it perfect right off the bat. Do not put anything out there or try anything new until you fully understand how to do it perfectly, perfect. Nothing lacking. It has to be whatever idea of perfection it is that you have, but also whatever idea of perfection somebody else out there might have, because they might look at it and think that it's not perfect. So you want to keep that in mind as well.
This is not good, so we'll just end here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we should just end the video here. No,
it's definitely not how it was before you knocked it over.
Was it perfect before? Oh yeah. Yeah. Because you only do things when they're perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should just take the whole channel down.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Because it's not perfect.
No.
And I've got bad skin and I'm fat and all that stuff. So it's just never been perfect. What a waste of time.
My forehead's really shiny.
I'm out of here.
I don't know why people even watch this.
Number 7, do not trust your gut. Do not trust your gut and always go with your head. Always overthink things. Weigh things out. Figure out if this is a good idea or if it's not a good idea. Make sure that you stay in that place where you're researching and making sure that, what are the options that I need to weigh out and all this stuff. Do not ever go with your gut. If your gut is telling you, like, hey, you should do this. You should do this right now. This is really cool or really fun or really whatever. No. Do not think that way. You need to logically think and weigh out every single option, and make sure that you spend like months doing that. Make sure that you spend enough months doing it where it just kind of like obliterates the momentum that was going for that thing.
Yeah, especially when you're like kind of in the middle and you're not sure what your gut is saying. It's hugely unreliable. I prefer to make extensive lists of pros and cons instead of trusting my gut, even if I end up going with my first inclination. Better yet, just call a friend who will talk you out of even considering the thing in the first place.
Yeah, if you know they're going to talk you out of it, just tell them your ideas. Tell them what you're excited about. If you happen to be excited, once you're excited about something and your gut is like, yeah, I should do this, that something might come from it. So that's when you want to talk to somebody, share your ideas with somebody who's going to talk you out of it. That's great.
Having friends and family crush your dreams is incredibly effective.
Oh, absolutely. What if your gut is saying...
it at
That
all.
was pathetic. Don't even try it.
I quit.
Number 8, be rigid. Whatever it is that you are doing that is not working, you want to continue doing that same thing. Do not pivot. Do not be flexible. Don't change direction. Don't think about it in a different perspective. Don't do any of those things. Just keep doing the same thing. And by all means, what is most important here is that you keep doing the same exact thing that's not working and expecting different results. Putting yourself out there and you realize that there's not really getting that many results out of it, then keep doing it exactly the same way that you've done it. Don't tweak it. Don't try to do something like with it new or anything like that, because if you do that, chances are things will change, right? You'll get different results than like nobody paying attention or whatever. So no, don't do that. Make sure that you keep doing it for years, preferably the same way, and make sure that you complain because it's not working out. The more people you tell about how much it's not working out and you keep doing the same thing, the better chances there are at it not working out.
Yeah, because if you pursue another road, who even knows where the other roads are, if they even exist at all, or if they'll suck more or less than the road you're currently on, then you would have to either trust your gut, we already discussed this,
Yeah.
or make extensive lists and maps of potential roads. That's exhausting.
Yeah, at this
Just-
point, just you already know that it's not going to work, so you might as well, at least you know, you're comfortable there. So just, yeah, this road doesn't work. Fine, I know what to expect, so I'm going to just keep doing this.
Exactly.
Number 9, do not persist. Do not keep going. Basically, the moment that you run into a roadblock or you fail or something falls apart or like nobody pays attention or it's just tumbleweeds or you only have 5 people following you or something like that. Basically, as soon as you run into a roadblock, you want to just stop.
You just stop the car. You just give up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because why would you persist when you've been at it for like a month
I know, right?
and nothing's happening? I especially like to quantify this in financial terms because it's really apparent in financial terms when something's not working out. I mean, even if you enjoy it, obviously you're an idiot if you're just doing it for the enjoyment and the quality of life
Yeah.
and not looking at the current financial situation of
Yeah.
it.
I mean, that's it. If you're an artist, right? You're doing it for the money. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to do the art than for money.
Your family's not going to respect you. What are you going to have to tell them at family dinner night if you're not making all the ducats?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true. Yeah. And you want your family to respect you.
You don't want to dishonor your family.
And number 10, on the heels of that one, is don't be patient either. Don't be patient. I mean, if you are not getting immediate results, if it's not happening right away, if you put yourself out there and it hasn't happened in a month or 2 months or 6 months or a year or even 2 years, then just give up. I mean, 2 years, and I know that they say that a lot of businesses, when they get started, it usually takes about 3 to 4 years for them to start earning a profit. Don't listen to any of that stuff. Just, if it's not happening within a month or a week even, if you just started putting yourself on social media and you've gotten, like not really that many people are following you and it's been like 2 weeks or a month or even a year, just, don't be patient. You want to think small picture. Like, how can I make this happen really fast? Like, I want it to happen in 6 months or I want it to happen in a week, whatever it is. Like, you want to think small picture, right? So yeah, don't be patient with your results. Don't think big picture, basically, is what I'm saying.
Obviously, you're measuring yourself with the current state of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's going to happen in the future.
That's true. That's true. You want it to happen now.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it doesn't happen now.
After all, now is all we have,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, now. It just needs to happen now. I mean, I guess somebody could look at now is all you have as in, like, yeah, this is the journey. Appreciate the now. But, as far as, like, trying to do something, if I'm trying to paint something, I want to just throw the bottles of paint at the canvas and just comes together as what it's supposed to be.
Right now,
Right now.
perfect. It's in its entirety
Yep.
and immediately sold for lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
What's the point of doing it?
Yeah.
What's the point?
we might not even be around tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you have it, you guys. 10 rules to absolutely and completely successfully failing as an artist. And, I recommend this for anybody that's out there that just does not want to succeed in what they're doing. And I think that they're great tips to follow.
I'm going to get started on this tomorrow, probably.
Yeah. I mean, it would... Tomorrow, just tomorrow would be a good idea.
Probably just put on some Netflix in the meantime.
Not really. Don't do the things that I just basically do the opposite of what I just listed on this list.
That was actually pretty horrible. Doing this made me feel kind of horrible on the inside. No kidding.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh.
The fact of the matter is, some of these things are things that we do to ourselves.
Yes.
Like, really,
Like things that we do to ourselves. We're not even just pointing out at you.
No, one of the jokes I was gonna make and didn't make was that I like to get my day started by waking up several hours later than I meant to. Because, look, days are really long when you get up when you intend to, and you almost can't help but accomplish things.
Yeah.
So, but all of those things I'm looking at, like, okay, obviously we took these into the extremes, but these things are really damaging and hurtful to
Yeah.
any creative or little bright soul that wants to do anything.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Don't cry. It's okay. It's okay. And I want to give a big shout out to the patrons. The patrons have been so supportive while I've been writing this book. And honestly, none of these things could I do without them. And also, big quick announcement, you guys. I am actually having a big solo show at Luna Fine Art Gallery coming up soon. And I'll be posting some more information about like how that process works and all that stuff on this channel so you guys can see. And I'm curious to know if you guys have any tips on how to successfully fail as an artist. Go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. I'm going to probably end the video here. You want to?
Mwah. Good day.
And thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. It feels so good to be filming something and chatting with you guys. But if you like this and you want to watch more like this, just click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. I'll see you guys later. Adios.